right, let's check. Make sure we live. Make sure we live. Y'all can hear me. Check. Make sure we live. Y'all can hear me. Hello, everyone, and welcome into the All Things Life and Sports show with Kylan Thomas. That's me. I'm your host, Kylan Thomas. Today gonna be a quick one. I always say that and going longer, but nah, today truly got to be a quick one. We've been doing the Jaguars draft picks recap. But today I'm gonna add on a little bit because I gotta talk about my Mets and gotta talk about the NBA playoffs. We this year I will say this year actually has been fun for the NBA. It's been fun. Look at the amount of game sevens we got. I mean, but let's get into it. To start, we're gonna go and get into the Jaguars pick with the round 3, number 88 pick. They drafted Emmanuel Pregnon. Now, like Liam and Jane said in their pre-draft strategy, they talked about the D-line. They want to build the trenches. We talked about with the first 2 picks, who they're trying to emulate. It's a copycat league. Eagles, Rams, Chiefs, that offensive line, which is Chiefs are a great example as well because they've gotten away from that. Their O-line has been sorry these last couple of seasons, and it showed in the Super Bowl. I don't even know how they was making it to the Super Bowl that last year. But a great O-line, great D-line, great run game, and everything else follows. I'm telling y'all, everybody want this, which I get. It's okay, guys. The star wide receivers, you want the big names or the star players. Build your O-line, your D-line, your run game, and stop the run. That's a great basis for success. But I'm gonna show y'all Pregnon's draft card, and then I'll kind of give y'all my thoughts. Here we go.
Emmanuel, a ton of starts in college. How did that look on tape as he progresses?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, first team All American type of player that adds, mass inside, right? I mean, that's something that we've been continuously evaluating is getting bigger, faster, stronger, and tougher. And that's something that he does for us. I'm very good friends with Will Stein, who was his offensive coordinator. We talked a lot throughout the last week. Very close with Dan Lanning as well. And so you look at the physical attributes, the stuff we can't coach, and then a guy that wasn't a mental error guy, wasn't somebody that couldn't handle all of what Oregon was able to do in their system and checking and killing plays, audibles, alerts, all those kind of things that you're hunting up from okay, can he go and do that at this level? We believe so.
I just realized I had the wrong side playing. But still, that's a good recap. But I want to play this right here. Let's see. We'll get back to that. I had the wrong side. It still was about Emmanuel, but I wanted to show his draft call.
With the 88th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, Jacksonville Jaguars select Emmanuel Pregnon, guard from Oregon.
I thought he would be long gone by now. I think this is a real value pick. He's going to be a starter. He should be able to play early and should be able to play for a long time. A power player. I think about Jacksonville. I think about Tony Baselli still being involved in this organization. This is going to be his type of player because of what you see right here. He can really move guys. He's powerful. More of a one-track player when you get out there in space. The ability to adjust is not going to be his strong suit. But when guys get lined up over him, he can displace them. He can move them, CD.
No doubt about it. You remember when they acquired Brandon Sheriff from Washington, where he finished up things. Pregnon's going to be a guard on the inside. It's going to be in the league of what Sheriff was doing there.
Now, so you got an idea of what? Let me go right here. Of what we were looking for when picking Pregnon. Now, like they said, and I said, Baselli is here. You can tell the where we are moving towards when we talk about drafting, free agency, trading. where we're moving towards, the type of team, the type of identity, you can definitely get a sense of our identity. Pregnon is 6'4", 314 pounds. Like I said, stout, size, experienced guard. He played for 3 different schools, USC, then I think Wyoming, or one school before that, then USC, then Oregon. So he's experienced. He does look like he's ready to play. So he gets to the second level great, quick, agile, side to side, pretty good for his size, quick. Now, my only thing is, like they were saying, he could play early. They thought he would have been long gone by now. My only thing is, he's a guard. You got Cleveland. You got McCary. You got I'm gonna put it up for y'all. We'll get into it more in depth. Yeah, Edoga, like we style that guard. Like we got a lot of players that are, so I'm interested to see. I believe he's eventually going to start, but I'm interested to see whose spot he's going to take, because D tackles, we were talking about Albert. I think Albert is somebody that, like, here's the thing. Pregnon is somebody that they said should have been off the board. But then they also talk about the Jags, because why would you pick him there? Because where is he going to play? When is he going to start? And a lot of fans, where is he going to play? When is he going to start? I'll put him out there over McCary. Then you say you drafted Wyatt Milam last year. I'm telling y'all, they look to be building through the draft capital, trades. They went active in free agency this year. They don't care about free agency. I wouldn't say that, but they're not trying to build the team through free agency. They're trying to build through our draft, develop guys. Gladstone said it. I played it in the last 2 picks. Gladstone said we want to draft and develop. There's multiple times where players are drafted in the 3rd round, end up becoming all pros, pro bowlers. Draft and develop. This is somebody like that. They're looking to go to Wyatt Milam and Pregnon. I'm telling you, I think we're gonna see that at some point this season. But let me play that clip I was just playing. I meant to play that after Gladstone, them giving their thoughts on Pregnon. Let me see.
Team All-American.
Take as he progresses.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, first team All-American.
Starts in college. How did that? G Emmanuel.
Yeah.
A ton of starts in college. How did that look on tape as he progresses?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, first team All-American, type of player that adds, mass inside, right? I mean, that's something that we've been continuously evaluating, is getting bigger, faster, stronger, and tougher. And that's something that he does for us. I'm very good friends with Will Stein, who was his offensive coordinator. We talked a lot throughout the last week. Very close with Dan Lanning as well. And so you look at the physical attributes, the stuff we can't coach, and then a guy that wasn't a mental error guy, wasn't somebody that couldn't handle all of what Oregon was able to do in their system, and checking and killing plays, audibles, alerts, all those kind of things that you're hunting up from okay, can he go and do that at this level? We believe so. And I think that you look at in the pass pro and in the run game, getting bigger. I like that.
James, it seems like, across the board.
Now, like I said, with the last 2 picks, the announcer even was about to exit. Seems like a lot of the guys we're picking had a lot of stars, experience. They want guys with IQ, intangibles, size. I mean, look at the dude is big. The dude is stout. So that's kind of where I'm getting the gist of the picks. Can't worry about what media. My overall grade. It's not hard, but you drafting off of when you understand what the team is going for, what they're doing, stuff. That's what you're drafting based on. Again, I'm gonna have to give this like a B, because I understand the vision. I see the process, what you're trying to do and picking him. I see going forward what they're trying to do. Makari is older. Look at the contrast. Look, you have to pay attention to all that, and that's the thing with the media and stuff. They don't really dive in, especially the Jaguars. They don't dive into know what we got going on over here like that. So I'm gonna go B because I see the vision, and I think he's somebody that's potentially gonna end up being a good star. I ain't gonna just say throw out great, a good starter for us going forward. Now, my Mets. If y'all check my notes, I was about to go in on them. I was about to go in on how that game started. I was about to go in on Christian Scott. I was about to go in on Mauricio. I got notes specifically about Mauricio. Because Scott was at like 30 pitches in the first inning. And then as soon as we get up to hit, this is always, as soon as we get up to hit, we just swinging at everything. Swinging at the first pitches. I'm like, guys, make these other pitches work. They make our pitcher work. Like I said, Scott had like 30 pitches again. Urena was at like 17. Constantly eating us up with that fastball. I mean, but if somebody consistently putting up 100-mile-per-hour fastball, hey. But again, like I said, I was going to come on here and eat them up, but I'm going to give them kudos. I think this is one of our best wins so far that I've seen from games I've watched. Given everything going on this season, I think this is our best win. Down 3-0. And most of the time we've been down 3-0 or anything this season, you're like, oh, game is over. Game is over. But I want to notate that. But yeah, this is our best win of the season. Down 3-0, came back 1-4-3. Christian Scott, hey, he picked it up. Like I said, I had notes for him too. But he after the home run, he didn't falter, he didn't fold. He got it together. That's somebody that's strong right here, locked in right here. Don't worry about nothing that happened. His sweeper started working. His stuff started working. 9 strikeouts. And I'm like, as the game is going on, because again, I told you I was about to eat him up. As the game is going on, I'm like, oh, okay, he striking out. I'm like, oh yeah, he needs to be a part of the rotation. He needs to be a part of the rotation because outside of the home run, everybody did. The whole pitching staff did great. Sonny Mauricio with the home run. Here, let me pull it up. I want to pull up the hit stats. All right, as you can see here, let's look at the hit stats. Bo Bichette with 2 hits and a run. Soto, Soto gonna get a hit. Go down here. Alvarez even ended up getting a hit. Beatty had 2 walks, and I was watching Beatty. I'm like, oh, Beatty's being patient. He's figuring it out, but I understand the trajectory and where everybody had his projected stuff. You really don't got time for folks to sit here and figure out when you could have got this person, obviously that person. So understand that he's figuring it out. 2 walks. Simeon even had a hit with 2 RBIs. Benz, now this is where we gotta get. This is where 4 at bats. I mean, just straight zeros across the board. You ain't got no wall. You ain't got nothing. But that's where we got to get. But even Tyrone Taylor had a walk, and here we go right here, running Mauricio. Home run. Like I told y'all, I was gonna come on here and eat him up. Cause that we'll get into him. Then let's get to pitching. I'm proud of our pitching staff. As y'all see here. He had 8. Hold on. Take this off. I'm proud of our pitching staff. Rayleigh, Brazabon, Williams came in after Scott and did what needed to be done. Our pitcher and bullpen collectively retired like the last 21 hitters of this game. Williams ain't screw up the save. I mean, I'm proud of Christian for hanging in there. We got some hits. Then Mauricio finished it off with the homer to give us the lead 4-3, and we were able to hold on to the lead. That's been the problem with the Mets. Even if we can't come back, or if we got a lead, we can't hold the lead. So I'm proud. Here is, I want to play y'all Christian Scott though, because he had a great night. I got to give y'all his thoughts. Here is Christian Scott.
What does this moment mean to you in the grand scheme of things, just given how much you'd been away from the game, and then having that blip upon your return that you were so excited for, to come back up here and have that type of performance tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just really confident in myself and my stuff, and I know that I belong here, and my stuff plays at a high level when it's in the strike zone. So just got to be consistent and doing that on a consistent basis, obviously. But I thought the team did a great job today. I thought Albie called a really good game. We were on the same page the whole time, which was awesome. So I'm just going to do that at a high level and do that consistently. That's kind of my goal going forward.
What does this?
And then that's what we have to remember with Scott too. He was out. He was injured. That first game he walked like 5 batters in the first inning. The dude was injured. He had Tommy John surgery. Got to get back in the swing of things. But even last night, it started off rocky, but he ended up getting it going and finished it off great. Got the W. Now on to this dude right here. I'm gonna give him his kudos. I want to play it in the background. Ronnie Mauricio, home run. Here, let's.
Trying to snap an 0 for 12 stretch. That's 3 runs, 5 hits. The Angels 3 runs, 3 hits. We're in the 7th. And for me, picks off the inside corner, ball and strike. And Ronnie smashes one to deep center field. Back goes Trout, takes a look, and it's out of here! Ronnie Mauricio with his first home run of the season gives the Mets the lead in the 7th inning.
Ronnie Mauricio, like I said, I had notes specifically for him. I mean, that dude swing at everything. Any first pitch, just throw it in the box. Throw it somewhere. You can throw it in the dirt. He gonna swing at it. But this was the thing. This was the concern with him when he started off earlier in the season. Then he went back to Syracuse. He was hitting homers every night consistently. And we're like, where is that when you get called up to the big leagues for us? He's like a quarterback. Yeah, you can throw the deep ball. You can swing it over the fence. But can you give us the short game? Can you give us the intermediate game? Can you get us a single? Can you get us a double? With somebody on second or we got runners on, can you just put it in play to get the runner in scoring position through? That's the next step he needs to take. And that's the problem with a lot of the Mets, which I feel like has been our problem. We swing at everything because everybody trying to get a home run, everybody trying to get a big hit. And the announcers even talked about it last night, and you even watch how a lot of them were swinging. They're swinging so hard because you can tell they're trying to swing for the fences. But like I said, I'm proud. I'm proud of the Mets comeback win, comeback victory. It's not something we've done at all this season. So again, is this something that can spark us to go on the win streak? Can we take this momentum? We'll see. But I mean, again, also this was the Angels, but again, we not a good team either. Last topic. We're gonna go around. We're going to go around the NBA. Lakers finally finished out the Rockets. They finished playing with their food. That game should have been done. That series should have been over with. Y'all let them sneak in 2 games without Kevin Durant. On Kevin Durant, I'm not going to say he's not injured, but he's not doing everything he can to play. He didn't care about this series. He didn't care about his teammates. I mean, look at LeBron, the man about 40 years old, not there doing everything he can to play. There's no excuse, but this is what we talk about when we say the difference between LeBron, the difference between a Kevin Durant. This is what we mean, the mentality. You couldn't get no injection. You couldn't. Your team WW is 3-2. You ain't gonna try to play like that's what we talking about when we talking about Kevin Durant. But that series over. The Thunder been Lakers. The Thunder been resting. They've been watching film. They waiting on y'all. They been done. So that's why I say y'all should have been finished that series off. But hey, we'll see how Thunder Lakers go. T-Wolves Spurs is set. T-Wolves Spurs is set. I got the Spurs. Had Ant-Man been there, I would have had it going 7. Probably would have still took the Spurs, but I think this is gonna be probably a 4 or 5 game series. They still gonna have to work for it, but Gobert and them not gonna be able to handle Wemby. Wemby can come out to the 3-point lines, and we talked about that with Gobert defensively. He just really helped in the paint, pulling him out, and that's not that. It's gonna be a 4-5 game series. The Pistons, number one seed where? Down 3-1 to the Magic, a play-in team that most of their fans was talking about them like it ain't nobody business. And y'all ended up down 3-1 to that team. But I say all that to say, and it's funny. You want to know why it's funny? Because I actually think the Pistons are going to win Game 7. It's in Detroit. They're scrappy. We know that mentality of that city. Hey, I actually think they're going to win Game 7 and be one of the teams that have came back from 3-1. 76ers, Celtics. This one is hard. This one is one of the hard ones for me because it's in Boston. Game 7 is in Boston, but Boston, y'all letting them come back. Y'all let this series should have been over. I want to say they got like 1 or 2 wins without Embiid because Embiid wasn't playing. They got like 1 or 2. I know one for sure without Embiid. Then he come back and they've won. This one is hard because honestly, I want to go 76ers. I think my heart wants to go 76ers. But I'm going to stay head over heart strictly because this is in Boston. I'm going to go to Celtics. But I will not be shocked if I'm wrong. This one I think can go either way. But I'm going to go Celtics strictly because it's in Boston. Now, Raptors, Cavs. RJ Barrett. Y'all want to know what that shot reminded me of? Y'all want to know what RJ Barrett's shot reminded me of?
41 points. How about the bounce? And look at the fans in Toronto. They have had a lot of misery the last few years.
That's what RJ Barrett's shot reminded me of. Reminded me of Kawhi playoff shot against the 76ers. The ball bounced around here. Let's look at his shot. But yeah, I it's funny because there's only one East series is pulling up. There's only one East series that has been decided. New York, Atlanta. They even was playing around with Atlanta. New York was playing around too. Them New York fans about to have their head. That should have been over with too. But only one is done. Everybody else is in Game 7. That's why I said this year's NBA playoffs has been fun. It's been that excitement, that intensity, that drama, that even with the Rockets, it's still they got 2. Is KD gonna come back? That's why I said he ain't doing it. He not doing everything he can to play, man. All right. Here's RJ Barrett's. Here's RJ Barrett's shot.
They're looking for a turnover first before foul. Schroeder got it ahead to Mobley, out of bounds. Big call. Raptors ball. Raptors looking to force a Game 7. Down one. Barnes on the move. Toss out. Barrett 3. Off the heel. And in! Can you believe it?
It's a shot that never should have happened for Toronto because of the turnover by Schroeder. It's a result that you would think couldn't happen from Tyrese Halliburton to Paolo Banchero to RJ Barrett. The heel has been kind, and a massive.
Now, look at that. It's when you look at the above angle, that did the bounce out the hill looked like it should have bounced out. Hey, I don't know if he believe in God, but the hand of God, the hand of the angels right there. But so now that's in game 7 in Cleveland. Now, this series, I wanted to go. Both Mitchell and Harden had bad shooting nights. I'm not expecting that. Now, Harden, that's reasonable to expect to happen. We've seen his playoff history, and because of that, I'm kind of iffy. But this game is also, it's in Cleveland, but the Raptors and that momentum, man, and watching them fans, and I'm not saying that that's Kawhi, but the momentum that shot had for them back then, like I had Cavs, but I'm gonna go hard this time. I'm gonna pick the Raptors to beat the Cavs game 7 because Mitchell might bring it, but we all know what Harden tends to do in the playoffs. But that's it. That's all. Said this one will be a quick one, and I still ended up going about 30 minutes. Nothing is never too much quick, but tune into the NBA playoffs, man. Tune into these games. Watch. We got a lot of game 7s. Jags drafted Pregnon. Mets come back from 3-0 against the Angels. Proud of them. But thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure everything done before you try to have fun. Peace.